What's up, y'all? Happy Money Monday, y'all. Chris and I holding down the fort today. And yeah, good to see a bunch of you guys. As a reminder, we're live every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, going live to answer your questions, all that good stuff. And yeah, let me know. Let us know how Q4 and all that kind of stuff's kicking off for you guys. I know you're starting to see a little bit of a demand increase and all that. I would assume, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, heck, it's been good, and I don't think we're quite to the peak yet. Like, I think we've still got a couple of days. I was reading some stuff about Super Saturday. Dude, Super Saturday is going to be huge for anybody who's
Sure.
merchant fulfilling.
Yeah. That's the one right before Christmas Eve, right? Like the last Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and this year we get an extra day. So, like last year it was on the 21st, so it was, you only had the 21st to the
Sure.
20 or 25th. This year it's on the 20th, and Christmas is on a Thursday. And even Amazon came out and said, "Hey, we're extending the time for shipment cutoffs, both for FBA and seller fulfilled Prime." So, I think they're taking a big bet on that day too.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that makes a big difference for shipping for sure. Like you can get economy shipping places in 4 days easy. 3 days gets a little bit harder.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good to keep in mind for sure. I would say and a lot of times you can see it on the Keepa chart too, but you'll see like where Q4 like really spikes. It's going to be all the like, if you go to like a Lego listing, you'll see like every year it's like December 8th to 10th somewhere in there to like the 21st, and that's where like everything starts to peak. So, hopefully you guys are
Absolutely.
seeing the same thing. And what's up, Wilson? Let us know any other questions you guys got. Good to see everybody today. And yeah, the only other thing I'd say is kind of an underrated Q4 thing to keep an eye on is like a lot of you guys are probably selling out on something, or you're on pace to sell out by like the 12th, right? Don't do that. Raise your price a little bit. You want to be the person who's selling out on the 20th where the prices are as high as
Mhm.
possible. Sweet. What's up, man? Said just started your journey. Hope to send your first shipment to Amazon this week. Yeah, sounds like a good plan. Um, I would even go the FBM route if you can do that, man. Just because you know FBAing right now is fine, but I think Miles puts it good. It's like making $1 in a month and not $2 right now if you're not FBM and some stuff.
Mhm. If you can't FBM, I'll give you a little bit of hope though. 3 and 5 buyers are buying gift cards as Christmas presents this year.
Interesting.
January has been known as Q5 in Amazon circles for years. And so like sales will happen after Christmas.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely seen like the first week of January is basically like a mini Christmas shopping season. It's everyone buying the gifts that this like, man, Dad didn't get me this. Time to buy my own
Right.
Xbox controller or whatever it is. Sweet. Daniel's asking a question on Instagram. He said, for FBM shipping, is 5 to 8 days standard? Is it good with 0 day handling time? That would be good for like the further away states, but you can like the traditional advice would be like it would be 2 to 4 for states that you're closer to, and then 5 to 8 for the ones that are further. You can look at like the USPS zone map. If you
Mhm.
just Google that, that's like a good resource to figure out how far away everyone is.
Yeah. I'm in Florida. I just had to ship something to Missouri, and I think that was in that 2 to 4. I don't even know where Missouri is. But it's like it's in that 2 to 4 range. It was no problem getting it there.
I'm often in Missouri. That's where my fiance's family is. So
Oh,
I can
sorry.
find Missouri on a map for you.
Sorry, man.
Let's see. Cole on Instagram said, "Hey Chris." Let's
What's
see.
up?
What's up, Nabil? So you want to handle that one there?
I just saw a lot of videos on Amazon about Amazon FBA, and it really got me interest, but I'm confused by choosing the winning product. Well, the good thing is Warner's got a ton of videos on how to find a winning product. But you just need to answer 3 questions. Does it sell? Can I sell it? And is it profitable? Like those are that's as simple as you can make it. And if you can answer those 3 questions, then you're going to want to do a test buy, see how it goes, and that will teach you more than anything.
Yeah, and I think a lot of like it sounds like you're really new, Andrew. You're more so you're not looking for a product first. You're looking for like a sourcing opportunity, and then within that you'll find products, if that makes sense, right? Like you're not gonna just like randomly click Amazon pages and be like, oh, this sells well, and there's lots of resellers. Let me go try to find it. right? Like you're going to have a lot more success looking at storefronts or doing some keep a product finder scans, that kind of thing, comparing that directly to something, there might be like a small opportunity in. Maybe that's a 20% off coupon or something like that. What's up, Carol? Good to see you. Tuning in from the Facebook stream there. Let's see. So do you suggest FBA or FBM for wholesale? It's going to depend on the type of product, man, and really the business model shouldn't change like FBA or FBM decision. It's just like a cash flow decision. The only like main thing is just checking that like the buy box stats and making sure you see some sales for FBM sellers.
And is it something you can do both of? Can you hold back a third of the product and merchant fulfill it while your FBA stuff gets checked in? Because my guess is you're probably going a lot deeper than you would be if you were buying, 20 products at Walmart.
Right. Yeah. That's like it's like the cash flow perfect way to do it. You stock in those 20 units, you sell your 20 FBM, and then your FBA stuff gets there, and then that starts selling.
Yep.
If you find like a really good opportunity. See, Dennis asking about debt. Do you recommend leveraging debt to scale? I know everyone kind of has a different take. So like, for me, I'd say I wouldn't even really think about debt unless you're in year 2 of your business, pretty much as a general rule. Unless you are, really crushing it, you have a really solid plan, you know exactly what you're going to buy, you have a very solid timeline on when it'll sell, all that kind of stuff, especially, as, Amazon, Gates brands and that kind of thing. Like, I don't want you to go crazy buying something that you just assume is going to sell, and then, oh crap, I got, there's my groceries that are going towards paying off some interest or something like that.
Charlie Munger has a great quote. 3 things will ruin a business faster than anything else. It's ladies, liquor, and leverage. So like you got to be careful. You want to make sure you know what you're doing if you are going to use leverage, because it works both ways. Yes, leverage can absolutely help you scale fast, but it can also bring down your business just as fast if you're not using it smartly.
For sure. Yeah, and we both know lots of people that leveraged it very successfully. So that's just kind of a personal risk tolerance too, I'd say. Like, even, I've been doing Amazon for like 7 years now, and I've been over leveraged once. And one time I did it, I was like, I hate this. I do not like having this much on the line here. And then I'll talk to other people, and they're like, yeah, if I don't sell 10 grand today, I can't pay off the credit card and whatever. And they're just very chill about it. So like, it's kind of up to your personal risk tolerance there. I know it's a bit of a hot topic for sure. Let's see. Okay, to lower margins to jumpstart and to have more. I wouldn't do that. There's no real reason. I have heard people, listing a bunch of stuff to break even on, to get feedback and that kind of thing. But then you run the risk of, Amazon's going to lose the occasional unit, and you might get a return, and like a lot of that stuff can add up, and suddenly what you thought was breaking even to grow your account or whatever, somewhat arbitrarily, actually cost you a pretty penny. But
you gotta pay the bills. That's what margins do.
Yeah,
no matter what,
Yeah, a higher feedback score does not pay the bills.
And a higher feedback score, it doesn't really matter anymore. No. It like there's like 88 things that influence the buy box or something like that.
Yeah.
And feedback score is like number 88. I've seen people in the buy box with a 20% feedback score.
Yeah, it is funny. You'll see like those accounts with like usually they're in like China or Turkey or something like that. They have like 12 feedback with like 100 feet. How is this store still on Amazon when I sell one thing that some guy says, no, I don't like these shoes are fake, and then I got to go through like weeks of weeks of review and stuff. I do think let me try to find a good graphic for it, because I like what you're hitting on with the buy box rotation stuff. But yeah, like I will say I've seen maybe a small sales boost after you get your first feedback, but that's pretty much it, from what I've seen at least. And it's just like obviously very, very rough, but okay, that zoom in's not working very well, but whatever. You guys can kind of see, right? Like the most important things are the shipping speed and price. And there's a lot of these other things that say they influence it a little bit, that aren't actually like a super, super big deal. Just keeping customers happy is generally the way to go. Another thing that can actually boost is if you have a lot of quantity at FBA, it just makes sense. You have stuff at like 15 different warehouses across the country. You're probably going to make more sales than the guy with 5. There are 2 different warehouses. Sweet. Let's see what you've learned. Should you check the search volume and number of competitors? Search volume is not really. It sounds like you've been doing some private label research, maybe, Andrew. So looking into like creating your own product and all that kind of stuff, which that's totally fine. But you're going to be a lot better off and be a lot less likely to make some expensive mistakes if you just dig in and selling stuff that already sells. So go to Chris's YouTube channel, check out my YouTube channel. You'll kind of learn the ropes. But there's a lot of people who will do arbitrage, make their first 10K doing that, use that to fund a private label product. And then, if it doesn't go great on the first try, no worries. You can fund it with the business again. Or, hey, it did work. And there's no, there's no extra money on the line that way. Your personal money, at least. Corey looks weird today. Yep. So, something like that. Let's see. It's a good question from Carol here.
When do you advise to switch back to FBA again? If I had it my way, you would do FBA and FBM at the same time. Like I actually don't think you should stop sending things to FBA. And the reason that is that sales don't stop just because December is over. And so what I end up seeing a lot of people have happen is they see, oh, well, January wasn't that great. Well, we don't stop shipping to FBA, and January tends to actually be sometimes a better sales month, but often a better margin month for us because there is less competition and we've got the stock. So if you can do both, do both. But if you can't and you need to focus on one over the other, right around the 20th is when you should start sending in things back to FBA.
Yeah, I would say so. That does make sense though, because I assume for you're just running everything through a prep center and kind of just keeping it as usual. Yeah, that makes sense, because then January is probably super profitable for you because it's like Black Friday inventory. So everybody else sold out on their Black Friday inventory in December, and then you're just sitting there with lower buy cost than everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. Let's see. Somebody on Instagram's asking, how can you compete with the big sellers? I mean, yeah, that's like honestly maybe a surprising benefit of Amazon. I'm surprised they haven't like added some steroids for bigger seller accounts or something like that at this point. But that's like, to me, that's one of the best parts, right? Is if you're on a listing with, I mean, it happens a lot when you're competing with Zappos, for example. I mean, Amazon even owns Zappos, but you can compete with them. They have hundreds of thousands of feedback. And if you have, the same price and same shipping speed, you're still going to get your share of the sales on that.
Amazon moved to what they call a flywheel distribution model. So the speed to the customer matters a lot more than it used to. So let's say a bigger seller does have 1,000 units in stock. They're obviously going to be spread out a lot more than you are. So they're going to have more chances at all these regional buy boxes, but you too are going to have your inventory in a couple of places, and you're going to be able to get those regional buy boxes, or at least a share of those regional buy boxes. And if you're not sure what a regional buy box is, change the zip code in your regular Amazon account and see how much the buy box changes. I was vibe coding a Google Chrome extension.
Yeah, how's that going? Have you made some progress?
A little bit.
Okay.
But just to check the buy box in like 20 different zip codes. And on the back end, I got it to work, and there was like 12 different sellers in the buy box for this one particular product I was checking. So you don't always have to be the lowest price. You don't always, you can compete against the big sellers. I wouldn't worry too much about
it. Yeah, for sure. Do you know, I was about to take my own foray into some ChatGPT coding this afternoon. Do you know if there's a good tool that autofills addresses and stuff at checkout, or just like macros for it? Because I know Google does it, but I want something that does it like it just says it sees an address box, it fills it. Then it would make checkouts faster.
I mean, that sounds like there would be something out there for that already.
Yeah, you would think, right? I was like looking into it. I couldn't find much. I was testing one called was what's it called? Magical. It's just like an autofill, like automations tool. Kind of helps.
So
I was able to make some shortcuts where I press like 2 keys and then it types my address, but you still have to like type something. So it's
one
yeah.
thing I was thinking about this earlier today because like LastPass will do it for me. But one of the problems I run into is some websites will not allow you to go forward if it's auto filled in. And so you got to like delete the
Oh
last letter
yeah,
and put it in
yeah,
there. So I just created some snippets in Whisperflow today for my prep center address and my address and like the title to Money Monday. I made that
yeah.
a snippet so I don't have to type it in every week. I figure that'll probably be good enough for me.
That's cool. Yeah, the Whisperflow is a hack. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it. If you get Whisperflow if you literally do any form of work. And if you've talked to me recently and I suddenly use correct punctuation, that's why. You can basically just talk and it types for you. It's one of those things that seems like it should have been super obvious, but for some reason it needed like AI to come around and like create that kind of thing.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's see. It's better to do optimized shipping of some lighter boxes or full 50-pound boxes for better costs. Maybe you have a different opinion on this, but from what I've seen, it tends to be almost always cheaper if you have a 200+ pound shipment to optimize it. If it's less than that, it's almost always cheaper to make 50-pound boxes.
I would imagine you have the data. So
we do have a fair amount of data on that.
Yeah, I will take your word on that.
Yeah, from everything we've seen, people making shipments and that kind of thing. So yeah, if you got like a monster of a shipment, then optimize it for sure. Because optimizing, some of the benefits for optimizing, even if it's slightly more expensive, is the check-in times too. Like we've been talking about, like the seller with 1,000 units, they're in multiple warehouses. Same thing happens when you optimize. It goes to 5 different warehouses all at once, and obviously
And
those
you
are
can
gonna
always check both ways and box them, right?
yeah you can compare. So you can see what the differences, what the price difference and all that kind of stuff is. Obviously, at that point, you've gone through the effort of building the optimized shipment. So you got like your identical boxes, but you can always switch back if it's a lot cheaper to not optimize it. Let's see. So true about the coupon. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's how a lot of it goes. Just sourcing in general, right? Like the first time you source something, it's like, all right, here's what I needed for this item to be profitable. It was a 20% sale and the gift card was 10% off, right? Most of the time you've solved that website permanently when you've done that. It's like, hey, the 20% sale isn't here today. Our gift cards are only 5%. Like the conditions that make things good on this website is not true. I don't need to waste my time even looking here. And then you check and it's like, oh, it's, for Cyber Monday sales, or hey, there's, a random sale going on. That coupon's back. And you're, just restocking everything you sourced before. And obviously you didn't find the only profitable thing that was from that condition, right? You know how to solve that website. Stuff like Walmart's really easy. It's the 5% back credit card, sales tax exemption, that kind of thing. There's not really much way to create margin. Some sites will have a lot.
And if you take notes on these things, like in a Google Sheet for like 6 months for every single website you go after, man, it makes life so much easier going forward. Yeah,
for sure. You can do it like brand by brand too. Because in general, you'll see like a certain brand, like I think vitamins is a good example. Vitamins, you usually need like 40-50% off to even like sniff profit, or maybe you can get like some stacking 20% codes. Something like name brand shoes, that kind of thing, probably only need like 20 sometimes. So you kind of get a feel for like those, like the discounts you need in those different niches too.
There are 2 places I typically get vitamins, and the best one is buy one, get one free plus 20% off. And then there's like buy 2, get 3 free plus a 20% off code. And then there'll be another site that's got 20% off plus 15% off. And that's typically where we're getting supplements and vitamins to buy from. Like it's too hard to go other places.
Yeah, you need those crazy discounts. You'll also for those of you that like done a little bit of the wholesale and that kind of thing, like especially on those types of niches, like the prices you get in OA, like supplements and that kind of thing, are so much lower than wholesale pricing. Something that's not true, but that's definitely what I've seen for supplements. Let's see. Optimize same or cheaper with no placement fees. Yeah, if it's like a bigger shipment, for sure, man. Sweet, got you. Let's see, a couple questions on Instagram. If you ever used a repricer, yeah, for sure. Pretty much anyone. If you have like 10 products at least, or not even, you can get one right away if you got plenty of money. But as soon as you have like 5 or 10 products, if you're sitting there and repricing things, I don't know, like even 10 minutes a day, right? That's several hours you spent where you can spend 25, $50 on a Be Cool or an Aura or like a beginner friendly repricer. No reason not to save yourself some time there.
Yeah. I used to tell people like, "Oh, wait till you have 100 products." I don't think that's the case anymore. Like it should be something done like you said, 10, 15 products. It's just it's you need to be competitive regularly. And there's no way that you're going to catch the prices going up manually as much as my
Right.
repricer is going to. Like I'm selling something that normally sells at 17 and I'm making every third sale at 20, which raises my overall margin, and you can't do that without a good repricer.
Yeah, for sure. You're testing higher prices and all that. Like free bonus money for everyone. Make sure your repricers raising your prices on everything in the middle of the night. You're not going to
Mhm.
make that many sales at 2 a.m. I promise. Raise it for 30 minutes, raise it for an hour. A lot of other people's repricers do the same thing, and it kind of resets the market a little bit. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we raise our price to max every 6 hours for 30 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, yeah. Doing a little bit of yo-yo. I think ours is pretty similar. But like usually the cheaper repricers, it has to be like a certain time. So usually I just say
Mhm.
like at least do one once a day. Let's see what's up. Um, see, Junior's asking if you guys use AI for Amazon help at all. For sure, man. Like, I mean, we're talking about like things like Whisper and like there's all kinds of like little time savers. Obviously, things like GPT and the Boxum AI, those can help as well. So, if you guys haven't checked out the Boxum AI, that's really cool. You can, what do I source today? What's on sale? Here's this product. Where is it cheapest today? It can kind of compare and knows about discounted gift cards and all the like the nuance that typical like Google or that kind of thing is not gonna know. Is there any other like AI tools I'm sleeping on?
I mean,
There's so many like
I don't
little time savers, but
yeah, I try to be really careful with what I buy because everything seems like a wrapper.
yeah,
But like right now, I mean, I'm paying for Grok and Gemini and ChatGPT and Perplexity and Claude.
interesting.
Um, just because they all do different things
Yeah,
better. And I think I'm gonna be able to get rid of ChatGPT soon, but um, I mean, all Grok comes with a paid Twitter account,
sure.
so like
Yeah,
that's not a big deal. But um, yeah, they all do things a little bit differently. Like Perplexity has replaced Google. Um, Grok you can get to really give you like the truth all the time, and here's where I found this information, so you can double check that it's right without it hallucinating. Claude's great for writing. So it just depends what you're looking to do, but they're all good enough. Just use one of them.
yeah. GPT is majorly hitting the panic button just in general. I don't know if you've seen like
Right?
a lot of that stuff
Had
going on, which
had a code red come out from Sama the other
yeah,
day.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's very interesting. I mean, I only used GPT for a long time, and now I use like Gemini and that kind of stuff a lot more. It seems like they kind of got caught up on that whole. I mean, that's a whole different world, but
yeah.
um, you
Nano
got
Banana is kind of nuts too.
what is it?
Nano Banana, the
I think I
Gemini
saw
or
you. I saw
Google's.
you posted like a picture with like Chris and Nate, or maybe that was Nate that posted that.
Yeah,
Is it just image or is it everything?
Nano Banana. I mean, Nano Banana just really does images. I don't know if
Okay,
they do video
that's
or
what I
anything. I haven't
thought.
messed with it too much.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll have to give that a test. I'm sure there's lots of like private label applications for all that too, like creating
Absolutely.
assets and that kind of thing. For us, it's just more about like making your existing processes faster.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. Asking for 400 on Ingestible. I think they are asking for that. I will say I've had success just submitting whatever I bought. Take some more attempts doing it that way. Or you can like, especially on ingestibles, you can go to like, there's going to be like the smallest possible travel size of something. That's what I would do if it's like really forcing you to buy a whole bunch. I'm sure you can get like travel size Advil for $1, that kind of thing, and get a bunch of those.
Wouldn't wouldn't toothpaste be considered a human ingestible? Um,
Probably.
if so, I mean, you're talking what, 50 cents for travel size?
Right. Yeah.
So $200 for to be able to open up a massive category with what can be fairly good profits is probably worth it.
Right. Let's see. Not really sure off the top of my head, man, but just kind of whatever you end up running into.
One I came across today was Le Creuset. That one was like 300.
Interesting. That'll definitely be flying for Q4. That's very giftable brand.
Absolutely.
I didn't even look into seeing if they had like Black Friday, that kind of thing. There's probably some sourcing opportunities there. There's too many of them to pick from.
Yeah, there definitely are sourcing opportunities there.
Actually, I think I remember selling like one of their pie birds or something like a long time ago. I don't know why I just remembered that. Let's see. What's up, Gabe? You said, tell you a little bit more about Boxem. Yeah, so Boxem, Gabe, is just how you like make shipments, track profit, analytics. There's an AI assistant, that kind of thing. You can try it for free. Let's see. Can you open multiple sellers account? Very carefully. And in general, probably not the best idea unless you have a very specific reason to do it. The typical example, and like Amazon would even say this, is if you have one account that you want to do private label on, you want to keep those account metrics from your arbitrage account. You need to be very upfront and say, hey, I'm opening these accounts. They have to have different addresses and bank accounts and LLCs and that kind of thing. You need to keep them as separate as possible. And keep in mind that if one of them gets banned, Amazon 99.9% is going to know you have another account. They're going to ban the other one too. So it's almost pointless at some point, unless you just want the metrics separate.
Yeah, I really only suggest it for people who plan on like selling something. Like, are you going to build a wholesale account and then sell it? Have a separate account for that. But people who want like 8 different accounts because they know they're going to be doing something they shouldn't be doing, you're probably going to end up getting caught.
They're still going to just link all those accounts to you, and you're just giving yourselves extra steps to getting banned. Let's see. Hazmat worth considering for newbies? Yeah, you might as well get on the wait list. You can also FBM hazmat items right away. Just make sure you don't chip them in anything that makes them end up in a plane. So it's going to be like UPS ground and that kind of thing. Don't cause a plane disaster or something selling some perfume on Amazon.
Right. Perfume is the largest growing beauty category this year. Something like 15% growth in a $50 billion industry.
Interesting. I wonder if there's any like a classic story like recession thing that I learned about in school for economics is like the lipstick index, where like more lipstick means it's a recession, like that kind of. I wonder if there's any tie to perfume on that, or if that's just like different market effects.
The way the way that they've explained this is that the youngest generation, I've got one living here at home. He just wants to collect scents.
Interesting.
And I think he's got like 15, and there's always another one that they want.
Huh. Is it like celebrity perfumes and that kind of stuff? I know my little sister is like getting like different like celebrity perfumes.
He hasn't really gone for any celebrity perfumes. He's got surprisingly good taste.
He's just in it for the love of the game.
Yeah, just love of the game, man.
That's awesome. But yeah, in a roundabout way, man. Get in the hazmat wait list on Seller Central if you want to do FBA. And then if you do end up doing some FBA on it, you'll just buy your shipping on like Pirate Ship or something like that. Just got to get it off Amazon.
And make sure to learn the rules. Like, they just changed the rules about lithium batteries. There are some lithium batteries that can now go on planes, and you're going to want to know what can and can't. Some lithium batteries can be shipped into Amazon even if you're not hazmat approved. So you're really going to want to pay attention.
Yeah, for sure. So I got in sellers' favors then, the changes.
Yeah, I think cool. They're in sellers' favor. They're actually, it's they're just trying to kind of match worldwide shipping regulations rather than just U.S. shipping regulations.
Yeah. I was imagining a world where all of a sudden, like, a bunch of private label sellers can't get their lithium products shipped, and it's a whole fiasco. So as long as it's in our favor, that's not too bad. True perfumes have a high return rate. I haven't really seen that from selling perfumes in my store. Have you?
Hazmat is actually not allowed to be returned. So that's FBA. Yeah, now you're going to have returns, but no, I selling perfumes and colognes is probably one of my favorite things.
Yeah. Just the only big thing to keep in mind is like hazmat shipping will be, what do you see? It's usually about $1.20. It's a little bit, maybe around double the normal cost.
Yeah. I always I always figure $2 per unit for shipping
Cool.
just to way overshoot it.
Yeah. Just so you're not like using your typical like 60 cents a pound calculation and that kind of thing. If you do end up doing some hazmat there, man. Yeah, it's kind of the caveat I'd add there. Sweet. That's probably a good spot to wrap up for the day then. Good hanging out with you guys. We'll see you again next Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. Chris, you have any videos or anything like that coming out soon people should check out?
Yeah, I got a podcast coming out as soon as the thumbnail's done with Nikki Moore. Build
Sweet.
a business to 169,000 a month from his dorm room. So
sounds good. Yeah, go check out Chris's podcast, Clear the Shelf. Check out my YouTube if you need to like learn all the basics, learn how to source all that kind of stuff. And appreciate you guys hanging out. You guys have a good rest.